Are you ready for Season 2 of Discography? I'm your host, Mark with a C, and Discography is a show where we look at a great artist through the lens of only their canon albums of first release material to see who they really are and how it all stacks up. And you should know that for Season 2, we will be discussing the albums by the one, the only Janet Jackson. Singer, songwriter, dancer, actress, a household name, one of the biggest stars the Western world has ever known, and though she sold over 100 million records worldwide, few have really poured through her canonical albums to see how they stack up. From her unsung early recordings to the genre-defining albums Rhythm Nation and Velvet Rope, all the way to 2015's Unbreakable, we're taking the deepest dive into Janet Jackson's studio records one can possibly imagine. Season 2 of Discography premieres on July 17th, 2018, only on Consequence Podcast Network.
Consequence Podcast Network.
Welcome to another edition of Kyle Meredith With. It's an audio interview series presented by WFPK Independent Louisville at WFPK.org, Consequence of Sound, and the Consequence Podcast Network. Wherever you're listening from today, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button right now so you can keep up with these interviews. I'm Kyle Meredith. Today, my guest, Del the Funky Homosapien. He's got a brand new record out with Amp Live called Gate 13, and we're going to get into all the details behind it, as well as how he's doing. You might have heard the news. Del had a serious injury when he accidentally fell off stage during a surprise guest appearance with Gorillaz. We'll also talk a little bit about some of his older records like No Need for Alarm, which turns 25 this year, Third Eye Vision, 20 years old, and about his cameo in the Jonah Hill movie Mid-90s. It's Kyle Meredith with Del the Funky Homosapien. Hey, Del, how are you?
I'm all right, man.
It's good to hear from you again. How's the recovery coming?
I'm doing all right. It's coming along pretty good. Yeah, I got a cat to help me with my trauma and shit and anxiety. So I think I heard her jumping on some shit. Sound like she knocked something over. Oh, there you are. She's just still scared. She got it from the shelter, so she's still hella scary.
Oh, gotcha. So it's a cat to help you with the trauma?
Yeah.
How does that work? What's the idea there?
Well, you got to care for a cat. So just keep my head out. Just keep my head out my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
okay. I don't have time to be depressed. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like the cat is gonna starve to death. I'm sitting up depressed, like woe is me. You know what I'm saying? That's something I gotta handle like all day, every day. Like the litter box needs to be dumped. You know what I'm saying? Right. All day, every day. So it's not just on me. Plus, you know, the cat will eventually, when she get comfortable, she'll be a friend. You know what I'm saying?
So how far are you from whatever point you're trying to get to in the recovery?
Physically, I could do pretty much what I was doing before, just in pain. You know what I'm saying? So I'm alive.
Interesting timing. I actually just had Damon on the show. So something in the universe kind of all putting this together at once, I guess. But yeah, we'll kind of roll into this new album though, because Gate 13, you got this collaboration with Amp Live. I've loved it. Just kind of had it on repeat the last few weeks. I'd love to know how this came about, how this collaboration with Amp came about. What did he bring to the table that you latched onto? I've
known Amp for quite a while, and we kind of got the same type of love for gadgets and music and musical techniques and musical equipment and stuff like that. So I've always kind of just related with him just on that level. But we always kind of juggled ideas about working on stuff. And I've done a few little one-offs with him, you know what I mean, here and there. But, like, he happened to call me and was asking me to do a verse for something he had. And I did it, and we just got to talking, just chopping it up. And I was kind of telling him my overall approach, I guess, as far as where I'm trying to take my music, you know what I mean, from now on, which is basically pretty much minimalistic, you know what I mean, like just what you need, you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of tired of all this, you need $1 million to make a record,
right?
You know what I'm saying, like it don't impress me. So I guess he kind of felt me and kind of was noodling around and came up with some ideas of coming from his perspective of what I was talking about. And I liked it, you know what I'm saying? And we just kind of just started working on stuff. Actually, I remember something else, too. I let him hear some of the stuff that I was doing to kind of give him an idea what I was talking about. and he thought it was fire, and he was like, you should let me mix some of it. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then from there, I think he got the idea to kind of come up with some stuff. He just started sending me beats, and I just started working with him on that. And by the time you looked up, we had an album pretty much. It just kind of worked organically.
Lyrically, it does seem like, as you're talking about, you want to work minimal, you don't understand, why anybody needs all that, but it does seem like you're sort of taking aim on this lyrically on a lot of these tracks at people who, I don't know, what maybe think they're bigger than they are. Is there sort of a general kind of theme hitting there?
It is general, yeah, because I'm kind of, I don't want to say above it, but I realize that it's not really, I can't really point a finger at any one individual like that because it's a lot deeper than that, really. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's more about a state of mind, or you know what I'm saying, or I don't know, mental deficiency or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's more psychological than anything. But I guess that's the way I process stuff. So that's just how it goes. So that it's more on those lines. I'm not really attacking anybody in general, but everything I'm talking about is out there right now.
Well, I mean, you get a lot of new artists, and they're coming up in, I don't know what we call this, maybe the SoundCloud age, and where suddenly you're basing some sort of success off of, the hits or whatever like that. How many hits you got on that today? And it seems like it's changed, a lot of artists' own perception of themselves.
Maybe. You know what? I look at it like, because I try to look at things like, even before I was born. So to me, it's pretty much the same as it's always been. I mean, the record industry pretty much dominates what's going on. All they care about is profit, basically. They don't care about anything artistic. They just looking at the bottom line, profit. So they need some kind of measuring system to do that. Before it was money or sales. Since nobody's buying records anymore because they've been putting out garbage for so damn long, you know what I'm saying? People kind of just gave up on it, or at least gave up on urban music. Maybe country or pop or other genres might still kind of be selling pretty cool. But as far as like urban, so to speak, music, like you don't see no platinum records really no more. One or two people, but not like it ain't flourishing like it used to be. So the only way they got to measure it, since nobody's buying any records, is something else. You know what I'm saying? YouTube views, or, you know what I'm saying, hits on SoundCloud, or, you know what I'm saying, how many people like them on Twitter, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they have to go on. But you know what? The thing that makes it different is, and this is where I might be hitting the point that you was trying to make with what you was asking me, is the difference is the level of dedication it takes for somebody just to hear your shit or to see it on YouTube is not the same as the dedication of going to buy your record. You know what I'm saying? That's a big dedication. Somebody like it so much that they actually go to the store, pull their money out that they worked hella hard for, and buy your shit. Right. Like somebody can listen or watch your shit for free. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same level. So I think a lot of kids get gassed real easy thinking they made it, and it's like, nah, you ain't really done nothing, dude. Like, you got some hits on SoundCloud, but you ain't really got a hit like that yet.
I look at one of the tracks like Funk Rolla 3.0, which is a lot of fun to listen to. But, and it sort of, I guess, goes further down that line for me. Like, are you talking about the purity of the artistry? You know what? To each his own, but any real artist out there is really trying to just master themselves, you know what I mean? And the whole reason why I liked hip-hop was that it blended that with the streets. Like, it come from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? They got tired of fighting and killing each other, I guess, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, let's put this energy into something creative. And that's what they came up with. And the only way you could even be down with it is if you was yourself and if you was dope. So you had to, like, work on your shit hard enough to where somebody's going to accept you as being dope. But you had to be you. You couldn't bite nobody else. Because if you did, you'd be excommunicated. Well, you wouldn't even be let into the kingdom at all. So that's what got me in the first place. You feel me? So that's where I stand artistically now. Now, there's other cats out there that do music that sound like whatever. I don't really label it as hip-hop. I mean, the general populace might label it as hip-hop, but it ain't really. It might be related to hip-hop, but it ain't hip-hop. They don't even like, some of them don't even like to be called rappers.
they figure they rock stars or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's cool. Just don't confuse it with what we do, though. You know what I'm saying? Because this should take some work. You know what I mean?
I'll ask about a specific track, too, and that's Run Free, which has you doing some really, are you in character? Is there a character in this song?
Kind of, sort of. From the beat, okay, this is pretty much whatever Amp sent me, whatever the beat kind of like encouraged me to do, that's what I did. So that particular beat just had me on some old school shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I was envisioning some Slick Rick type shit, you know what I'm saying? And kind of just ran with it, you know what I mean? Like just telling a little funny story. That's just what it reminded me of, with the siren, sounding like a siren at the beginning and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of just made me think like the police was coming or something, you feel me?
Ask about a few other things, too. I was wondering if I read this right. Jonah Hill's got that movie coming out called Mid-90s. Do you have a cameo in that, or is he using the music? Are you a part of that in any way?
Yeah, I do have a cameo in that movie, actually. Yeah. I played a bum.
The bum?
Or a homeless person.
That looks like a seriously cool movie.
It is a cool movie. Like, I had a lot of fun on the set, because I skate, too. I'm not a pro skater or nothing, but I'm hella into just skating. So, like, to be up there around hella kids, because I love kids, you know what I'm saying? So just being up there associating with them, kind of chilling, it just turned into something a little bigger than what it was at first, because he liked what I was doing. So he's like, okay. I was only supposed to be there for a day, but he ended up asking me to come back to the set the next day from what he's seen of me the first day. And kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted me to kind of do some more, you know what I mean? So it was cool. It was cool. Definitely the type of movie I would like to go see. I even seen some of the, like, you know, the preview or whatever, the commercials for it, so I could see what the film looked like, because I was on set. You know, it's different when you see how the filming is filmed and shit. Mm-hmm. And it looked like something that I would like to go see, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of it looked like VHS footage and shit, you know what I'm saying? I like shit like that.
Yeah, so I was wondering, I mean, do you think it really, nails the era? Does it get it right from what you've seen?
From his perspective, yeah. You know what I'm saying? From his perspective, I mean, I guess everybody got their own spin on it, but like, if you was in the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's from the era. It ain't like he's younger and trying to recreate it or something. You feel me? Like, he was there.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he caught the kids though. Really, when you see these kids and what they doing with they boards, you know what I'm saying? They wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the set, they had like maybe got to be like 50 kids up there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah. Like, I could barely skate my part on the set because skaters were just skating back and forth on the set. You know what I'm saying? It was a sure, girl.
While we're in the 90s, do you mind me asking about a few albums that's having big anniversaries this year?
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I noticed No Need for Alarm. That one turns 25. Even Third Eye Vision hits the 20th anniversary this year. I don't know. Do you look to do you celebrate any of the back catalog in those ways when they hit the big round numbers?
I don't really think about it because I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm always trying to push forward. Right now, I'm hella in the, well, I ain't gonna say right now, like I just started, but I'm more in the battle rap now because that culture is growing hella fat now. You know what I'm saying? So really, that's the only place that I could really get what I'm looking for. Can't really get it on record, at least not yet, because everybody done sold out or it's spun off into another direction. You know what I mean? Yeah. So really, that's what I be on. I be watching battles all day long, all night long. Go to sleep, wake up, watching battles. Buy the pay-per-view when it come out. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, no, I don't really go back like that. You feel me? I'm too busy trying to refine what I'm trying to do for the future. You know what I mean?
Well, those are such landmark records. Honestly, you don't have to because I think everybody else is still celebrating those for you. To kind of dive back in. They're just they're kind of revolutionary moments, in the history of any kind of music.
Yeah, I can appreciate that definitely. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't look back on it like, ugh, like I don't like it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. It's old to me. I think about it sometimes, but like I'm too busy trying to see what's popping now.
Well, I think, and I'll kind of use those as the bridge, past and present, because you've always found a way to go against what's popular, and a lot of people say they want to do that, but few actually practice that. I mean, when you look back at No Need for Alarm, you were part of introducing some of the jazz sounds that came out of that era, which was, some of my favorite stuff from the genre and everything. And I don't hear anyone talking about battle raps at this point, as their main source of motivation or for creative motivation.
I still approach it from a competitive mentality, though, or an aggressive mentality. So it's still the same type of energy. I just project it to other subjects besides battling somebody on stage. You know what I mean? I might be battling with somebody's personality or something. You know what I mean? The same type of humorous approach. You know what I mean? It's still punchlines, wordplay. You know what I'm saying? That's what rapping is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just projected towards something else besides an opponent on stage. And I feel that's what hip hop is. It got to be competitive, because if you ain't competitive, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be the best, why is you doing it? You're supposed to be trying to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, what is you doing? Just trying to make money?
Well, in the meantime, I really am enjoying Gate 13. Do you know what the next step is for you after this? Beyond getting yourself back in, a good space?
Man, after that accident, I don't really have too much faith in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Performing, I don't really see performing anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my life together, because I ain't stopped performing damn near since I first came out. Like, literally. I took a break one time when my brother got killed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to it for a while when that happened. Other than that, I pretty much never stopped, nonstop. You know what I mean? To the point where it's just a whirlwind. I don't even know what I'm doing. I done forgot how to feed myself. You know what I'm saying? Living off of McDonald's, never here. Can't wash my clothes, got a mountain of clothes at the house, to the point where I'm buying new wardrobe every time I go out, because I don't have time to wash all this dirty clothes I've been accumulating. It was just crazy. I can't even think. So, then this happened. So I'm like, okay, I could have died out there. So I'm like really reconsidering a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, what's really important. I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to move to Hawaii, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I feel like if I change the quality of my life, then maybe I'll feel like going out and performing. But really, the only thing that really gives me the urge to really perform is battle rap, because they rap so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, their raps is fucking insane. And the performance that go along with it is ridiculous. So that alone just encourages me to come up with some new shit for the stage. That and the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because the fans is hella supportive of me. You know what I mean? Even when I was in the hospital, hella people were sending me love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So them are two reasons why I was performing. But I really want to try to get together a new act and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm tired of doing just the same old routine. Basically been doing the same show for hella long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm somewhere else. I'm here. But my show is back in the 90s somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even fit. So once I get my shit together, I can see doing that. But I work on music constantly. So as far as that's going, like, I got some hot shit. So it's just a matter of time before I put it out. I work with Amp 2 in the future, too. Like, we trying to do some instrumental music and stuff. I love working with Amp. I think he's a brilliant musician, and I think we just click good together. Like, I think we already done worked on music together as a team, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to try to explore that more and see how far we can take that, like us working together on it. Because I really like that, on stage and the whole nine. So, the possibilities is there, but that's kind of the direction that I'm going towards.
I look forward to hearing whatever comes through, and we really are sending you the best wishes too for recovery. We're all big fans of you over here, and we just want to hear the best from you.
I appreciate that, man.
Del, it was a pleasure as always talking. Get healthy for us, and we'll see you around.
Okay, man. Thank you.
All right, see you. Bye.
Okay, peace.
A big thanks to Del, the Funky Homosapien. The new record with Amp Live is called Gate 13. It is available now. Don't forget, you can subscribe to Consequence of Sound's YouTube channel right now so you can keep up with your favorite artists and interviews. If you're a podcast listener, iTunes, Podchaser, wherever you're getting it from, hit that subscribe button there, and then give a rating, leave a review as well. You can head over to WFPK.org. That's where I do a show every Monday through Thursday from noon to 3 Eastern. You'll also find some bonus episodes of this series. I'm Kyle Meredith, and I'll see you next time.
Consequence Podcast Network.